honored to invite our first guest, Ms. K. Amritha, the founder and managing director of Stepping Stone Center. She is not only a respected professional, but also someone with a deep understanding and unwavering commitment to the supporting children with autism and other developmental disabilities. Her passion for education and dedication to inclusive learning has transformed the lives of over 1,200 children, and we are truly fortunate to have her here with us today. Please join me in welcoming Ms. K. Amritha.
Thanks, Simran. Thanks for the introduction. I think, Saju, it's only you and me get butterflies when we stand on stage. Seeing the first welcome speech given by Vihan, I feel like it's only our generation which feels all nervous and all the things. Kids here are going to rock today. Good morning, respected my dear parents, grandparents, support families here, delegates on stage, and the beautiful performers of the stage productions of the house, our young kids. Thanks for having me here. It's lovely to be part of Feathertouch's annual day celebration. They generally say it needs a village to raise a child. I'm very surprised to see the kind of growth that an organization like Feathertouch is having today that truly comes from the excellence in leadership. Congratulations and heartfelt wishes to the visionary, the founders behind the team, Saju and Anu. You're doing a fantastic job. I wish you all the very best in the future, and you and your team as well. So I know that you're all parents are all excited to see your kids on stage, but nevertheless, you can never pull an educator out of me. So I thought I'll have some learnings for you, share some insights, because I specifically work more in the early childhood space. So I thought I'll share some values to you today. We'll just quickly talk about only one concept today. If we can talk about the 5 golden fingers that is needed for our kids. Right? These are going to be very, very important for our children, especially between the ages 0 to 6. We're just going to talk about only 5 things today, okay? And if you can remember these 5 things when you go home, I think we're good to go. First thing, any thoughts or any inputs on what is the first and the foremost important thing that the child between the 0 to 6 years need? I heard someone say that here. You are right. It's sleep. You may be surprised to hear, Amta, what is this? Like, it's a Saturday morning. You come here first thing in the morning and on stage, and it's so cold here as well. And you ask for our kids to sleep. But believe me, parents, when I say that, we see a lot of kids in the school sleeping. They come to school, they sleep in the classrooms, right? But this is what we want from our kids. No, right? We definitely want them to have an energetic day with us. So the important thing that our kids, especially in this age, need is sleep. I are from the corporate life and have a very busy schedules and tough deadlines to meet. Probably some of you reach home late. You have a child who is waiting for you to come home and then put you on bed and then have a routine for you. Right? But imagine the child going to school there, looking for a day of learning, and then the child sleeps there. He misses a lot of things there. So, urge parents to have a better quality of sleep for our kids. Because I see that as the years are growing by, the sleep of a child is coming down. And that's impacting their cognition big time. Right? And it is not just the sleep. I would also say the sleep routine is going to be very important. I'm also a mother. Sometimes while I put my child to sleep, that's when I remember, we did not finish this homework, this is not done, that fancy dress competition is not being packed, and all these things. Don't put a lot of anxiety to our child, because the child needs rest at that point in time, right? The more you add anxiety during the sleep time is going to impact their brain development in a big way. Yes, let's our anxieties bake for the next day to come. Right? So the sleep and the sleep routine is going to be very, very important. Second, I also saw some mothers here feeding kids because I think that's the prime, what to say, you get a lot of joy when moms feed their kids here, right? But let's also make sure that our children eat a balanced diet, especially in the market. There is a lot of junk that's available. Let's make sure that our kids have a very balanced diet, because your gut and your brain, invariably or variably, there's a lot of connection to it. So whatever goes into your mouth is going to improve your child's development. So let's make sure that they have a good and a balanced diet. I also connect this with my fourth point. I'll come to that. Third most important thing. Any guesses? Any shout outs? Play? Yes, it's play. Our kids need a lot of play. I don't mean play on gadgets, I mean the real play. It can be either a pretend play, or it can be an indoor play or an outdoor play, or co-paring or parallel play. Nothing matters, but children learn a lot through play. Especially during the COVID times, when the preschools were shut, we see that the child's social and the emotional quotient being going down. One of the prime reasons for that was because they were missing out on the play component, right? Some of the parents may think, oh, it's just a preschool, right? What am my child going to do? Probably he will have his learning once he enters a grade 1 in a bigger school. Parents, please erase that thought. There is a lot more that's happening in preschool rather than a very bigger school. Right? Since I have a provision to work with a lot of schools, I tell the kind of engagement and the kind of commitment and the kind of connection that a preschool teacher has with your child is on a very high note than it comes to a regular mainstream school, right? So let's not take this play lightly. Your child needs to be out of your house most of the times to have that kind of play. That's where they learn the team building. That's where they get the confidence like this to stand on stage and speak. My fourth thing, we spoke about food, right? The fourth most important thing, let's not associate food with screen, right? It's quite evident with modern day parenting. I'm also a working mother. Like, time is very restricted. But what we generally try to do is we associate a child, the food, with your gadgets. So the moment, you know what's impacting this? Our kids are not eating at schools. The reason is they want a TV in front of them. They've been tuned. They've been mapped. Psychologically, they've been trained. Okay, I put a TV, I give you a gadget, I give you a mobile. That's the time to eat. Many of our teachers, in schools we don't do like that. Many of our teachers find it very difficult for the child to eat at the school. The major reason is they're missing out on this entertainment, right? And so we have enough research to say that the child is not grabbing the food and the enough nutrients that is needed when the child sees a TV. It's a more way of a passive way of doing it. So parents, I know, it's very difficult. It's very easy also. You put a TV and then food is gone inside. But let's never do that. Let's not map the screen with food, right? My last most important thing, this is for all the parents, including me, all right? One thing that we should all know that, I've often seen parents coming to school, dropping a child and tell the child, hey, say good morning to ma'am, say good morning to ma'am, say good morning to ma'am. Parents, believe me when I say this, it doesn't happen in that way. First we say good morning to ma'am, right? We see the akkas there, we see the teachers there, we say good morning to ma'am. Child will follow us. So children will never listen to us, they will follow us, okay? If it's going to be bitter hard truth for us, that's reality. So if you want your child to have a mobile-free day, eat healthy food, have a good balanced play, and good, like an academic plus play and all this stuff, good sleep, all these things. First, we need to practice all these things with us so that our child will follow. Thanks once again for being here. and patiently listening to me. I hope you have some input from that. I'm very happy once again to be part of Feathertouch's annual day and wishing all the kids the very best to come. Thank you.
Thank you, Amrita. Big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your compassionate words. Your expertise in supporting children with autism and other development disabilities is truly inspiring. And we are grateful for the valuable perspective you have shared with us today. Let's also give a big round of applause to Amrita, ma'am. And ma'am, please accept the token of gesture from our end.